Hi, folks. Today's topic this 4th of July is unmade in America. What do I mean by that? Well, it is the 4th of July once again, a time to celebrate and cherish the founding of America. And like many of you, I suspect, I've been going shopping for emblems and symbols of America so I could proudly display them in my house and on my front porch. And to my delight, at least at first, I found that there was no problem in locating such patriotic items. Local stores were full of them. One outlet I went to in Pennsylvania, where I live, and which, by the way, is the state where the Declaration of Independence was signed along with the Constitution. There were plenty of such items on display, patriotic displays all over the place. So I was about to grab several of them when I suddenly started thinking about something and decided to look on the backs of the items. And what did I find? Well, you probably guessed it. Made in China. Every single one of them. Pictures and plaques and wall hangings, everything representing the founding and the glory of America made in China, which, by the way, is determined to weaken and replace the U.S. as a world power, politically, economically, and militarily. So here we are, the American flag, flip it around back, made in China. And a plaque reminding us that the freedom we celebrate on the 4th of July was established back in 1776 when the Declaration was signed. Again, made in China. And how about this? God, family, and country manufactured in China and shipped to the country that China is determined to replace. And below it, stand for the flag, kneel for the cross. Printed in and shipped from a non-Christian country that flies a very different sort of flag. And even a coloring book for the kids displaying the iconic symbols of America, the Statue of Liberty, and the bald eagle. Now, wouldn't that install youngsters with an early appreciation for their country, a deep appreciation at a young age for a country that provided industry and invention and jobs for untold millions of immigrants, giving them an opportunity to rise above their circumstances, to rise above poverty, and grab a piece of the American dream? Let's just hope that the kids don't look on the back and see where their coloring books were made and who made them. It wasn't by American workers. But, let's reflect for a moment here. Is this all China's fault? Not really. China is merely taking advantage of the opportunities. Remember that this is a land of opportunity, even for China, and more so these days, thanks to our leaders. China merely taking advantage of the opportunities that American politicians and corporations have offered them time and time again. Why? Well, for the upfront bucks and huge profits, American manufacturing and technology outsourced to China with no regard by American corporations and politicians, no regard for the long-term consequences to our own economy and the American workforce. And you might ask, which politicians are among those leading the charge for outsourcing? I seem to remember a guy who's pretty much in the news these days, a guy named Joe Biden. He was among them, both when he was a senator and a vice president, very prominently among the movement to outsource things to China. A big and consistent supporter of our good and healthy relations, positive relations with China. Also, he's the one who helped push through China's admission to the World Trade Organization and then strongly supported bestowing on China another advantage, most favored nation status, giving China even more of a leg up on American domestic businesses. And he has said repeatedly that China is not an adversary or an enemy, but at most a friendly competitor, even an economic partner, a partnership, he's insisted, that benefits both nations. No way, he said, that China is going to eat our lunch. No way. Really. All this, folks, is something to keep in mind this 4th of July as China continues to gobble up not only our lunch, but what's left of our economy and our standing in the world. Now, despite all this, happy 4th of July to all you remaining patriots out there. And let's hope that cancel culture will still allow us to mark and celebrate many more 4ths to come.